Alright, we'll be reviewing the Bodhi safe with Denley again. I probably don't have to introduce him again. He's a skin
I'm
order
back,
and collector as well. Yep, he's back.
whether you like it or not.
I don't know. We'll
Actually,
see.
I don't know.
So we'll be starting with AK 762, Le Grand Bleu, which is actually a reference to a French movie, I think. I don't know if you've seen it.
I have not. I don't
It's
watch many
it's
movies,
about
but
diving. I see it's the same guy, Luc Besson. I don't know if you know him. It's the same guy that made The Fifth Element.
huh.
So it was one of his early French movies back in the days. It's pretty old. But anyway, let's talk about the skin.
Yeah.
Well, it has like a blue, like a light blue metal finish to it. It kind of shines slightly golden when you tip it around. I think it was one skin that was really popular early on, but it got replaced by other ones as other saves came out. I personally like the skin. It's kind of nice and simple, but it's been replaced for me by other ones.
Yeah, this is one of the first 762 skins that I actually unboxed and I really enjoyed it. It's very similar to in the Christmas safe. It has that lightish blue style and I like it. It's a nice blue considering it's also colored blue.
Yeah, it does a job for a common, I think. Well, the
Yeah.
shininess of course always kind of helps in some cases.
It's not a whole lot else
No,
that I have to say on it. It's a clean skin.
it's clean and simple. There's no pattern or anything. It's just colors and material, pretty much. Pretty decent. Uh, and next one is the first skin for the Valkyria, I believe. The Wave Snake was kind of a dark blue greenish pattern and black metal. I don't think the black part is changed from the weapon. I don't remember exactly, but I think only the blue parts are different. What do you think of the
Um,
pattern?
I do like the pattern, and with Super Skin Swapper, it applies some nice variations on other guns.
Uh huh.
So that's kind of nice. And it I don't know. I still actually use the skin. It's
Yeah, I don't
very
really
simple.
use the weapon anymore, so that's my fault.
Yeah, a lot of people don't because there's better stealth weapons
Yeah,
and there's better loud weapons.
yeah,
I find it just a very, for me, suppressed AR build with this is it's a fun gun because you
that's
never
true.
have to worry about ammo. The ammo pickups
Oh
very
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
And if you can land your headshots, it
Or take body
it's fun.
expertise maybe or something.
Yeah, but my AR build has that also. So it really I enjoy the gun. There's much better guns, but the
But once in a
skin,
while for variety, it's a good thing, I think.
yeah, the skin itself, it fits the gun well. It's clean,
But it has more detail than the previous one,
for sure.
but that's I liked it. I used to have it for a while until the Wolf one came out. Okay, next one that's Micro Uzi Chikara with a similar pattern to the Wave Snake, except it's kind of yellowish off white. And that's pretty much the only difference.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I unboxed a lot of these, considering I've unboxed a lot of Bodhi safes, and I like the skin. It's
Yeah,
nothing really too special, but
yeah, when you play in game, your hand is on the grip, so you don't really see much of it, to be honest. So I think they
yeah,
could have done a little bit more, maybe with the body of the gun instead of just the grip, but that's fine. It's kind of the contrasting black and white in a way.
yeah,
Not much to say about this one.
yeah, not too much.
Next one that used to be popular in the beginning, the AMR16 Charlie Don't Surf. This one is kind of simple. I never really liked it too much because unlike the Gambler, it doesn't have like the shiny metal to it. It's not particularly original. It's just off white and black, and that's it. There's nothing else on it. No pattern, nothing.
Yeah, I, f- given it might have they might have overdone the pattern, but they could have applied the same pattern because the color looks to be pretty much the same, but
Yeah,
it I don't know. It is a little bland. It's one of the few skins in the safe that I'm not as much of a fan of.
yeah. There's not much to it. It's kind of matte, off-white, and that's it.
Yeah,
But it's a good gun, so and popular one, so people
yeah,
still buy it.
for sure.
Commando hang loose. That's a little bit more work there, especially on the grip. Um, the patterns you can see on the stock and the receiver are, I think, the same as the Chikara, maybe, or, and the Wave Snake,
I'm thinking
possibly.
it is the same.
But then they worked a little bit differently on the grip, which is kind of nice. A little bit different with kind of, I don't know, flower pattern. I don't know exactly what it is.
I always thought that was just texture from the grip itself.
Oh, it is? Maybe I'm misled on this one then.
I I might also be wrong. Either way,
No, you might be right, actually. It could be just the grip pattern, yeah. It kind of fits on that gun, the way it kind of contrasts with the rest of it.
I'm not as big of a fan. More me personally, I like when there's a pattern that uh hopefully no texture is disrupting um
Yeah, this
the
one might be
pattern.
disrupting then. That might be what it is. Yeah, I used to have that gun until the owl came out.
Yeah, I'm actually right on this. That surprises me. I'm taking a look at the base gun itself and it
And
does
if
have that
it does have
texture to
that,
it.
yeah, I got
Though
misled.
I do kind of like that idea that it's like a flower. It's sneaky. I never thought of it that way, but
I used to have that gun. I used to like it, but it got quickly replaced. So,
I'm not a fan of it. I've never opened a good quality, so I kind of shoved it
oh,
aside. Plus, kind of like you said, there's other skins that are much better and that I use more.
and the Interceptor 45 lip gibber. I don't really understand what it means, but this one has like a dark bluish with a gold hue, shining slide and a white grip. That's pretty simple.
Yeah,
I like the
I'm
metal
not.
part. It's pretty cool though. When you move it around, it shines golden
Yeah,
blue.
I. The funny thing that this one is, I always thought that slide was black,
Yeah.
and whenever I super skin swapped it onto anything, I thought it was a nice black and white style. It's just it had that slick style to it, but then my roommate pointed out that it wasn't black, and I felt kind of like a dumbass.
That's okay.
I guess that's what happens when you have troubles with colors, but
And I could see how you could be misled. Yeah, a little bit because the blue is not really obvious, but it's a pretty okay skin for a common, I think.
yeah, it's fine for a common.
Let's move to uncommons. A UAR, a turtle roll. I think that was the first skin for the weapon, I believe. When
Yeah,
this,
I'm
well,
thinking you're right.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that I think you're right that this was the first skin for the gun.
It has a like a wave, I don't know, island pattern thing, which actually pretty poor definition when you zoom in, which is kind of sad in a way, like pixelated and
Yeah.
jagged edge. So they did a poor job again with the pattern, which they are known for because of compressing textures. So it runs on low-end computers. But
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise it's kind of dark blue, orange handle and pattern. It's an okay skin, I guess. I used to have it for a while.
I don't mind the colors. The only problem I have with it is a lot of the feature of the gun is on the very back of the stock.
Yeah,
So
you don't
when
see
you're
much
holding
of
it in
it.
game, you don't see as much.
Yeah, yeah, you only see the pretty much the plain part of the gun, and that's it.
Yeah. Like
I'm
they could have
bugged
done
by the
maybe a little something, but
yeah.
you might be overcrowding the gun. So
Well, the new UARs came out that are definitely far superior than this one, so which is a good thing.
for sure.
Crosskill Radical. I remember that skin being the big thing back then, and it was trading pretty high for a while.
Yeah, this is one that I really really like this. The pattern is nice, and for most barrel extensions, the pattern just continues.
Yeah.
So it's clean in my books.
No, it's a really nice one. I used to have it for a long time too. Again, it also has issues with pixelation. When you zoom in on, you see the screws on the grip. They look kind of strange and weird.
Yeah,
So that's oh, it's not a big deal because you, at least the slide is clean when you're in game, so you don't really see the screws. So it could be again some of those things Rex and Tersushi were talking about with the low quality gradients and so on.
yeah.
And I think that's kind of what it is on this one. But at least the slide is well done, so and I do like that. When you look at down the barrel, it's there's no hole. It's kind of funny. Anyway, and it's actually textured. I don't know if you look at it. Okay, where does the bull come from? I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed that more and more when I look at skins.
Yeah.
Sometimes they forget that, but it might be something out of their control.
Maybe
I
it's just a model how it is. Yeah. Oh, oh, they could have put like a black circle right there.
yeah.
Whoops, I don't want to do that. All right. Next one, Mark 10, Shaka. I unboxed a fair bit of those guys. I remember it's kind of goldenish brown with a look light, medium blue color on the grip. It's a two color combo. I think it's okay. It's a different pattern than the other ones. It looks almost engraved. I think it was one of their early attempts of looking engraved.
This one, when I look at it in like like the icons for the
Mm-hmm.
skins, I always thought it was more of like a wooden
Oh yeah,
style. But when I look at it as a preview, there's that shininess that comes off of it. And
yeah,
for me, it kind of throws it off a little, but it adds a little spice to the gun.
yeah. It makes me. To me, it looks like they wanted to give it an engraved look in a way.
Yeah, especially on the grip. There's all those arrows
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
going up and down. That's a very nice touch. I guess it's also on the main body too.
It's on the body. Yeah, but they look pretty fine. The texture is not messed up. That's pretty good actually.
A little bit on the screws,
Yeah, a little bit of
but
edging. Yeah.
that sometimes it's out of sometimes it's out of your control. So,
Oh yeah, I noticed that on some of the skins people make, then they have no choice because that's how Overkill designed the
and
skin
it's
is.
really tough because a lot of the people on the workshop who rate stuff, they're really picky and sharp about every little thing. So
And you have
you
nothing. You
kind of
can't do
you kind of
anything.
have to back yourself up on it and say, hey, this isn't my fault, and they'll still just don't like the skin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll see how the new skins do, but all the older skin, they do have some of those issues with the edges. Okay, Eagle Heavy, Kapu. This one I remember being pretty hard to get early on. It was like worth $4 or $5. It was not easy to find, at least for a
It
reasonable
still
price.
is worth quite a bit.
Well, it combos like three different colors: black, blue, and white, with some kind of interesting diagonal patterns. I never really was fond of the skin, but I could see some people liking it.
At first, when I bought it, I I always thought, oh, this is gonna be so cool. It looks really nice, and then you zoom in on it, and
Yeah,
it looks pixelized. It didn't live up to the hype that I had for it.
yeah. It has some wear too. Again, yeah, just partly by design. But some people really like it. So what can we say?
It's still a fine skin. It's just I was a little disappointed.
They put some effort in it, but I think the quality of the finish is not so great. The texture they
Yeah,
used and the edges. Yeah. Next one, start the rares with Meatwaffle, which is actually one of my, still kind of one of my favorite safe. I mean, skins from that safe actually. I still buy it here and there once in a while just to play with it. It's orange, parts orange, mildly orange golden, and kind of purplish orange metal pattern on the body and the grip. I mean, not the grip, the clip. So I
Yeah,
kind of like it. It's a pretty nice one. Metal
this is
shiny
one
finish.
I love it. Um, a lot of the skins I try super skin swapping, so I kind of
Oh,
go
this one
back to
works
that.
well.
This is amazing on many different guns,
Yeah,
and I I like uh, brighter colors just kind of popping out at me. Sometimes it can be a little excessive, uh, looking at you, Fade Zebra, but generally, um, I like a little bit of pop to my skins, and this it does that.
it's not super shiny though, but it
The
does stand out. Yeah,
the pattern is really nice. Even the orange is nice, and the the thing I like the most about this, it's just such a small feature, is when you have the Seymour sight,
yeah.
there's a little like Bodhi on the
Oh
back.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
It's a I really like that.
it's one of the skins I regularly rebuy just to play with it.
For me, it's one of the skins that I probably will not get rid of or sell. I just
It's never
it's
super expensive. That's why I'm not too worried about it.
yeah. Well, for me, I just I use it all, or at least I use the skin a lot. Maybe not on this gun, but I love it.
They did a good job with the texture. It's not pixelated. It's pretty fine, at least on the body. So there's a couple
Yeah,
issues on the upper receiver, but partly by design again. You can't do much about it. The screws are always kind of funky.
overkill in their screws.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't like screws, I guess. Maybe it's a Swedish thing. Who knows? No, it's a really nice game. Probably one of the best in the safe overall.
For sure.
And Kukukachu Nagant sniper rifle. So not a fan of the skin, but I guess I think a lot of people like the design on it. Kind of tribal island finish. It looks like the pattern is kind of cut to me, not really well aligned to it, or it was not made to fit that gun, at least in my eyes. And but otherwise, I give props for trying.
It's a skin that I've always kind of wanted, but I've never actually gotten. I I don't know. I like the wood, and I like its funky style, but it's always been just a little bit more than I've been willing to pay, considering
Yeah,
it's on the Nagant, and just by looking at it and trying to apply it to other guns, I'm not sure how it will super skin swap. Because for me, at least,
yeah,
that's a decent factor in buying a skin. Like, how much am I going to use on the gun, and how much, or how well it looks on the gun, and how much I'm actually going to use the gun
yeah,
it's meant
yeah.
for. And I don't use the Nagant a whole lot, and I'm not sure how it will warp onto other skins, so I've always been tentative.
Yeah, I never really
I
bought
have
it
to say.
myself either. So yeah, I'm not a fan personally. I mean, it's different and a little bit flashy, so I can see why people like it. So
Yeah,
it's effort for making actually drawing something and trying to apply it on. For me, it's just it doesn't seem to be using the weapon shapes as well as others do.
yeah, I can see that.
Still a pretty decent skin overall. Next one is Cross Vertex. Well, I guess it kind of I don't know why it's a rare, but it follows in the footsteps of the Kapu in my mind, or maybe even uses a UAR pattern. I'm not sure which one it's using. It uses a little blue, white, and black. It's kind of simple. It's a little pixelated again. I don't know what they fucking around with the patterns again. I'm not. I've never been a fan of that skin personally.
Yeah, I unboxed a mint, tried it out, didn't really enjoy it. Given I'm not a fan of the Vertex itself, but
Yeah,
so I sold it. Like, I'm there's just nothing that really pops out as a pink, and
No,
it
not
had
for
the
a pink.
price on
Yeah.
it, so
No, it would probably be an uncommon. It would be better.
a lot. Just nothing really sticks out on it. It has kind of a subpar pattern, and it doesn't seem like it fits on there very well.
No, I don't think it was designed for it. They reused one of the other skins, I think. That's my guess on this one. Not much to
Probably.
say. Yeah. Start with the Epochs and the Riptide shotgun, which I used to own for actually quite a while for being the best street sweeper actually. So it kind of follows in the footsteps of the Kukukatsu in a way, but I think it uses the designs and patterns a little better overall, personally.
Yeah. I think this was the first red that that I personally unboxed, and I held it close. I like the design. The colors are very nice. I really
The,
like the strap.
mhm. Yeah, the strap is kind of nice. It adds a little touch to it. Yeah, I think they used the Mark 10 pattern on it almost. It looks like. Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like that's the one.
yeah, now that you mention it, I'm pretty confident that it is the Mark 10 pattern. I noticed the little arrows going up and down and the big arrows.
Yeah, sideways. But it looks nice overall. They could have maybe wrapped the patterns a little better around the grips, but I
Yeah,
think
the
it's
only
pretty
problem
good.
I have with it is given most of the time you're just holding it from the player side and
Yeah,
there's a lot to it. But if you flip it to the other side, it
yeah,
just stops.
yeah. They didn't worry about that. They think, oh, they're not gonna see it. Who cares?
And now we see it.
Oh, yeah, but in game, well, when you inspect them, you always see it. But they think that people don't care about the other side for some reason.
Yeah.
They could have
I've
done
always
something with the
enjoyed,
drum also, but
yeah, I've always enjoyed the Street Sweeper and the skin. So I've always been quite fond of it.
it's a pretty good. I don't know if it's epic worthy, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any good. I wonder if it was the first Street Sweeper. I think it was. Yeah, the second one was in the Wolf Save.
I believe as a common.
Yeah. And next one is Akimbo Shimano Custom Tribal Feud, which is a little bit reminds me of the. I think it uses some of the pattern for the Radical.
Yeah.
I believe a little bit more like less zoomed in, so it's a little bit more detailed maybe. The body is kind of a little bit bland with the orange, the plain orange. They could have done a little bit more for an epic on this. Just like a small pattern or something. I don't know. Right now they just rely just on the nice metal black pattern that the Radical had, pretty much.
I was never a fan of this skin. It
I
just
Yeah,
it for me it was way too bland.
it's a little
In
bland for
game
an epic. Yeah,
for in game I don't notice the slides as much. Like I understand it's supposed to be more of a darker, just subtle pattern, but it never popped out enough, and the grips popped out way too much in my eyes.
yeah,
So for me, it just looks like a orange skin
pretty much.
with
Yeah,
like black slides.
if you
And
don't,
as
yeah,
usual with any Shimano custom, the grip
yeah,
bothers me.
yeah, it's clipping
Not
through.
even affiliated with the skin, but it bothers me. And I will say it every damn time. It just, it's,
Yeah, I don't know. They never looked at that. I guess QA is not very good at those things.
yeah, it flusters me.
That could be a. It's still a popular skin overall though. But
Yeah, generally.
and the legendary is. I think you still have one. I believe the big
Oh,
Huda.
yeah, of course I do. It's my baby. I love this one.
Well, they definitely did a lot of work on this with the custom parts. Definitely,
Yeah,
they did a good job with the wooden texture and kind of Samoan tattoos, black on metal all over the body. And the kind of cool like barrel type looking thing, as well as the grip and the pump action. No, it's really well finished skin, and if you look down the side, it has like a little bluish,
Ring.
yeah, ring and spot in the center,
That.
which nobody knows about until you look into it.
Oh, I love it. This I could go on and on. Like I even have a well used, and there is quite a bit of wear on the like a little bit around the grip, a little bit scattered throughout the pattern,
It's not
and
bad
a,
though. Yeah,
it in game you if unless you're looking for the wear,
yeah,
you don't notice it.
yeah. I
But
remember. Yeah,
even as a well used, it's a very nice skin.
no, it's definitely probably one of the top five legendaries in my books. I think design wise, because it looks compact, solid, and reliable, and stylish.
The only problem I have with it is it's for a gun that's outclassed.
Yeah,
The logo secondary can definitely do more damage and is better overall, but I just I love this. When I first got a mint kahuna, I made a Death Wish build solely for it, just out of pure love. It was just uh
I don't use it a lot, unfortunately. That's my thing. Yeah.
I'm I think I use this more than you. I
Oh,
use
probably.
this
Yeah.
at least once every 2 weeks.
I probably don't
At
use it that much
least.
right now. Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't play shotguns as much as I used to. I used to play it a lot more when I had shotguns build, but I try not to be shotgun anymore because it's a little too easy, almost. But the Reinfeld, even it's a difficult shotgun to use. So you have to have a good secondary shotgun, like a Judge or something with a little bit more fire rate with it to compensate for the slowness of the Reinfeld.
This is also one where it has caught quite a few people's eyes because when you hold it out there,
Oh, yeah, it
it's
looks, yeah, it
a
stands out.
lot. Yeah, it stands out. It's a lot different from any other shotgun model.
That's for sure. Yeah. And it's not flashy. It's still classy because it's metal, black, and that's it. And wood.
I feel I feel like this is one of the few skins that doesn't utilize gold.
That does it well.
The
Yeah.
legendary skins, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
is it?
I kind of feel like there's a lot of skins that as a legendary there's gold on it.
A lot of them do. The few that don't have it would be the Hungry Wolf, the Pastrami, Astatas, the Oil Spill, I guess, and
Pretty
the
much all the other
Plush
good legendaries.
Phoenix. Yeah, Mouse Ultor. I don't even know why that is a legendary, but anyway, we can talk about that some other time.
Which one?
Oh, Mars Ultor, the
Oh
Chains
yeah,
one.
I still like it,
Oh, I like the
but
gun. It's very fun, actually.
yeah, it's a little bit weak for a legendary.
For legendary, it's very weak, but it's still. I guess it's in line with a chain save, but we can talk about that maybe some other time. I don't know. I guess I'll
In the
open a few
future.
saves. Yeah, in the future. Well, that's Chains is kind of far away. I guess there's quite a few saves in between.
Yeah, quite a few.
And I'm enjoying a Humbler lightly marked, so that's usually almost mint. Pretty much. I don't really see many flaws on a Gilbert scratching, but that's it. Well, I was pretty close to the tribal feud, but no. Wave Snake. Battle Worn. Oh wow, it doesn't really look bad as Battle Worn.
I think that might be because the color that's shown when it's worn
Yeah,
is just similar to the
it's
main
kind of
color.
darker. Yeah. I mean, I can see it's worn on the bottom of like the clip, but it's still not as bad as other skins are, which are completely scratched. So it could be one of those skins that benefits from the lenient damage. Hang loose. Mint. So I guess we already reviewed that. So. Well, that's one you don't like, right?
The hang loose.
Yeah.
Mm, it's all right.
If
It's
you
not.
want one, you
It,
can have it. Oh, turtle roll. Battle worn. Again, it's not horrible. A little bit of scratching, but most of the paint is still here, which is kind of weird.
that's one of those skins that I've only unboxed it once, and
Yeah.
I can't handle the wear on it.
The grip, I mean, the orange grip is pretty bad, I have to agree.
But I think that was pretty early on when the Bodhi safe came out, so I sold it almost instantaneously, and
Oh yeah, first skins usually sell pretty well, at least back then when skins hardly dropped on the market for a long time.
yeah.
It took weeks and weeks and time to get just a rare at a decent price. Oh, Shaka, another uncommon. Mint, which we already reviewed. Huh? If you need any of those, let me know and I'll get them out. Another Chikara.
I don't think I've ever unboxed one of those.
Chikara? Wow.
I
It's a
just
mint
remember
one.
opening up loads and loads and loads of Chikaras.
That's what
I
I
think
just
that's
got.
Chikara and Charlie Don't Surf, I think were literally the only things I unboxed. And then a lightly marked Riptide.
Oh god,
But
I was really close to Tribal Feud. The game trolled me. I got a Radical Rockin' in. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. I mean, the slide looks good, the grip not so much. The orange grip is definitely seeing a lot of wear on it. Pretty decent skin overall though. And maybe a turtle roll? Yeah, again.
you're getting actually fairly lucky on these.
And the lightly marked, yeah, it's like 4 uncommons or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks pretty nice for lightly marked. I don't really see anywhere, not noticeable at least. And the gauntlet. Broken in, so we haven't lightly marked before. Yeah, you can see a little bit more wear, but it's still pretty acceptable for broken in. I suppose the AK-762 is pretty good overall for wear, I suppose. It hardly looks used, really. What do you think?
I had a well used a while back, and that definitely had its showing of wear, but I think that's the highest I've seen. I think that might honestly have been the only one that I unboxed.
Lightly marked Chikara. I don't really see anything wrong with it. That's pretty nice. I don't even know how much it's worth, but another hang loose. Mint. Oh, another one, I guess, huh? Another Grumbler. It's my third one, I think.
It throws me off every time you say it because you throw that French accent in
Oh,
there.
we pronounce it. I pronounce it the French way. How am I supposed to say it? Grumbler?
I always said Probably the most American way you can say it. La Grande Blue.
Yeah, the Grand Blue. Yeah, I guess that's what
You
it would
just
be.
you just throw that extra twist in there. It just rolls off the tongue so smoothly.
Well, this is my native language, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
Even though I do have an accent in French, apparently. So, lightly marked wave snake, which looks pretty much mint. A little bit of maybe shadowing on the grip. I mean, clip again, but it's really nice. I think I'm gonna get all blues now.
I think I might have jinxed you. Sorry.
Yep, lip gibber. This one is a slow drilling. Took forever. Battle worn. Oh god, this is abused, definitely. I mean, the metal part is a little scratched, but it still retains its identity. But the white part is definitely like wasted. Well, the last one was long. This one lasted a couple seconds. Another Le Grand Blue,
The lug.
lightly
I'm
marked.
not. I'm not even gonna try attempting to say it
Le Grand Bleu.
with with the French twist.
Oh god,
Uh,
another one. I'm tempted to just press escape. They want me to
recently
say it.
opened.
That's what the game wants. Well used.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
well
opened
used.
quite a few Com 6 recently, and I got nothing but blues, and they went on for like 10 seconds. I thought that the
Oh
glitch was
wow.
going again, but
Even it's a well used. There's definitely a little bit of wear on the upper receiver, but it's still most of the metal is pretty nice overall. The blue shiny metal.
yeah,
I have to say it's
it
still a
still
pretty
looked
yeah.
fairly nice, but I'm still kind of picky with the skins, unless it's a legendary. Then I can ease off a little bit, but
Yeah. Hang
if it,
loose. But the legendaries can be hard because some of the collectors are really picky about the mints and
yeah,
can throw the big money around. Lightly marked. Hang loose. I don't really see anything wrong with it either. The skins are pretty lenient again. Yeah.
one of the big things that kind of bothers me about the hang loose, and actually it's more about the Commando 553, but the magazine is the same. It can't be skinned.
Oh, is it like the transparent magazine or something?
Yes.
Or like on the bootleg and a few other ones?
Yep.
Well used, Charlie don't serve. That's
So
definitely
they
smash.
used a really nice idea for hang loose, kind of incorporating the darker style of the magazine.
Yeah?
I've noticed that with a lot of the Commando skins, but it plays a troubling factor when you
Yeah, you
are
can't
trying to make
skin
a
it.
lighter
Yeah.
skin for the gun, and then you have
Mm-hmm.
this dark magazine.
You have no choice, yeah. They should have an
I,
option to override that, I suppose, but they don't.
or even if they had a like a light and a dark,
Yeah,
but
I see what you mean, yeah.
I guess we don't get that power.
Lip gibber again. Last time was a battle one. No rares, no luck for me. Mint condition, so it's pretty nice.
And no big kahunas.
I wish. I still never unboxed a legendary in over 800 saves.
Eh, the
And
chance is
a
so
Chikara,
small.
my last save. Was 0.2% or something like that? Just really low.
Oh, it's less than 1%.
Yep, lightly marked Chikara. I guess I have my 4 uncommons and that's it. Any final thoughts on the save?
Um, it generally, I think I said this earlier, but I think I really enjoyed this safe overall
Yeah,
because it has a nice theme to it that fits with Bodhi and just the past and his lore. And it doesn't use too many of the patterns over again, or if it does, it incorporates it into a different way,
yeah.
such as like the Shaka and the Riptide.
Hmm.
It adds a new flavor to it, and I really like it. The colors are generally different and doesn't repeat too much.
Yeah, it's varied colors. It has solid seam. I think it's the first save that was really consistent in quality and I think in creativity overall, without too much repetition, at least. When you
Yeah.
compare to like let's say the Dallas save, which was kind of like
Oh yeah.
that's all over the place. It's either like the patriotic tacky skins or the snake stuff or the chrome. So it's like it's not there is some good skins, but it's not that great. There's almost no creativity in it. Um,
Yeah.
and anything in between, like the Crime Fest, the Sputnik, and the Goats, and the Christmas, is kind of more like tacky, I guess, weird and meme in a way, almost. Or meme, you say in English, I think.
That's about all I have.
All right, but I guess that's it for the body save.